Hi, my name is Elysiana Batingan,
My name is Jordan.
and this is our project called Detecting Changes in Human Stress Levels Using Digital Imagery Analysis of Skin Pigments. This is very unprofessional setup, but it's the easiest way to record ourselves. So we're just going to go through the overview of our project and the problem, the hypothesis, and like our results. Okay. So our problem states that research shows that changes in blood flow can function as an indicator of health and emotional state. Kang Lee quoted here on my board, an individual's internally experienced emotion can be readily detected by monitoring their blood flow. So if blood flow can alter pigmentation, we'll be able to recognize these changes. So the purpose of our study was to determine if common digital cameras can be used to capture and detect subtle changes in skin pigments, which are too small for the human eye to distinguish. Next to our hypothesis, by recording images of human skin, can we detect the images in health and emotional state by using commonly accessible photographic equipment such as a phone camera coupled with image processing software? And the variables that you should know are our independent variable was activities, and our dependent variable was skin. Jordan?
So, our project had two phases. Phase one was to see whether or not our project can work. This is done by making subjects undergo physical activities such as running, jumping jacks. And what we did was take a picture before they undergo this activity and after. So as you can see, before and then the after picture where you can see that the subjects are a lot more redder. And our phase two is to induce stress on subjects and to see whether or not we can detect stress through that method. So we had three different tests. Day one was a 3D wooden block puzzle, which is to induce stress by putting pressure on them using
Time
timing.
management.
Yeah. And then day two is a competitive chess competition to see, because chess can induce stress on players. And day three is try your social stress test, which is a test basically where they have to give a speech in front of an audience, and they have to give a 5-minute speech, and they have 2 minutes to prepare.
But they didn't know that the audience was going to be there.
Right. And what we did was take a picture before they were induced stress and after.
Okay, so this is kind of how our project worked. So our before and after pictures were both put in our little our software, I guess is what it's called. And then from that we get the separate RGB values. And how many did we get?
256.
No, like how many of each one? 600? 600 red, 600.
256.
Oh, 256 red, green, and blue. And from that, we took the averages, the standard deviation, and the number, like with 256 of the whole data, and we plugged it into this t-value equation. Jordan, do you want to explain that?
So what this is a two-proportion t-test. What this is you're gathering your sample average and your sample average of after, and you're comparing the two averages together. And what you get after plugging this in is you get a t-value, which will then give you a p-value. So once we get our p-value, what we did was find a negative log of the p-value to show the significance. So as you can see from this graph, the green values are typically the most significant, and this graph also tells you the most ideal location to test stress. So the most ideal, as you can see, is the right cheek, left cheek, and the forehead, while the nose and chin are less significant because they have a lower negative log p-value. So the p-value also tells us whether or not we have strong evidence for our null hypothesis. And you can clearly see that there is strong evidence for the there is strong evidence to reject the null hypothesis in favor for our alternative hypothesis. where we can detect stress using digital imagery.
So to conclude this, we think we to conclude, we thought that these places of the face were places that you can detect stress, but we don't think that our project was like that good, I guess, because we had only we had 3 tests, but only 2 of them worked out, and we only did 2 subjects, which is not enough because there's like a wide range of like skin colors and things, and I think this is just for one person of our whole project, I think, right, for phase 2, which people we had different skin colors, so like, and it affected their faces differently. I think the person with the darker skin color had greater green blue values, while the lighter person, the lighter person had greater green blue values, while the darker person actually had lower green blue values when we looked at this type of graph. But this one is for the lighter person. And that's it. Thank you.